Hey friends, this is Jennifer Terri and welcome to another Philippine travel update. Hello. Different backdrop. Yes, because I have finally arrived home. Yay, I'm doing my home quarantine. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about that home quarantine. Funny. I can't share it right now. I'll finish that first. Baka may issue. Anyways, there is a big change today in the arrival protocols in the Philippines. This is what we have been waiting for a very long time. Green lanes is happening. It's confirmed. And it's gonna be effective July 1. I told you guys, they changed the protocols first week of the month. Anyways, IATF had their meeting the other day, June 28, and the technical working group approved the implementation of the phased green lanes for fully vaccinated individuals. So this green lanes right now, this new protocol is, I believe it's just the first phase of green lanes. This is not all of it. As it mentioned here, implementation of phased green lanes. It has to go through stages. So if you're not happy with this new protocol, don't worry. It's just a phase. Anyways, so what is this new protocol? Effective July 1, 2021, the inbound international travel to any port of the Philippines shall be governed by the following guidelines. So any port, this new protocol applies to whether you arrive in Manila, Cebu, Clark, Lawag, Davao. It applies to all Philippine airports. Okay? So kahit po Cebu, Clark, whatever, ito po yung protocol. Okay, listen. Right now, the protocol is at 10 days in the hotel. Now, this new protocol effective July 1 is that only 7 days quarantine in the hotel. That's it. And they didn't mention about final destination, no? It's just 7 days quarantine in the hotel. That's a big difference, guys, from the current protocol, because the current protocol is 14 days and July 1 it's going to be 7 days. I know this is not exactly what you all want. I know a lot of you don't want quarantine, but hey, it's 7 days. That's 50% off. Anyways, so 7 days quarantine. Is there testing? Yes, there is still testing on the 5th day. So 7 days will start on your day of arrival. So let's say you arrive on July 1, you'll finish your facility quarantine in the hotel on July 7. Alright, but you will be tested on the 5th day. So for the purpose of gathering local data on breakthrough infections, all arriving individuals who will be under this new protocol will have to be tested on the 5th day. So this 5th day requirement shall be subject to review after 30 days from implementation. So the original plan really is to just quarantine for 7 days without testing unless you have symptoms. So review 7 days in the hotel, on the 5th day testing. If you're negative, bye-bye, that's it. No more quarantine. I hope so. I hope LGU listens to that, no? And if you're positive, of course, you'd have to quarantine for 14 days. So who can avail this shorter quarantine? Is it just anyone who is fully vaccinated? No. So for all who were vaccinated in the Philippines, regardless of travel history, kahit saan ka po galing, kahit saang bansa ka pa pumunta, basta vaccinated ka sa Pilipinas, yes po, ito po yung protocol nyo, 7 days quarantine sa hotel. But for those who were vaccinated abroad, this new protocol will only apply to those vaccinated abroad who stayed exclusively in green list countries in the past 14 days before arrival in the Philippines. Okay. If you're vaccinated abroad, you must come from a green list country or a low risk country for the past 2 weeks before arrival to the Philippines. So let's say you are vaccinated, but let's say you come from a highly risk country, not a green list country, then you would still follow the 10 days quarantine in the hotel, 7-day testing, 10+4 protocol. So the keyword here is green list country. And for those who will be qualified, to those who are vaccinated in the Philippines, you only need your vaccination card and your certificate, which you got either from the DICT or from your LGU. For those who are vaccinated abroad coming from the green list countries, you need the documentation of your vaccination verified by POLO or an international vaccination certificate. Now, this one is not really clear, guys, because you might not know POLO is an agency under the Department of Labor. OFWs would be very much familiar with this. POLO is Philippine Overseas Labor and Office. They have offices in different countries, but not all countries. Like in my country, in where I come from in Australia, they don't have a separate office, so you would have to go to the Philippine Embassy to get in touch with POLO. But another option is that international vaccination certificate. So if you have a vaccination certificate, I think that would be enough. I think that's much easier for some people because I know going to government agencies, you need appointment. You can't just walk in, right? And these times, mahirap makakuha ng appointment. So like I have this vaccination certificate. I'm not sure if it's enough. I think the Philippine government, the IATF, with this new protocol, hasn't given us clear, detailed information. And the effectivity of this new protocol was announced just 2 days before. Like, that's not enough time for people to prepare. Like, we have non OFWs who already booked their hotel for 9 nights. They don't know if they're going to be qualified for this green lane and green list countries. Now that's the big question, because you may be fully vaccinated, but if you're coming from a country that is not considered as a green list country, then you will really not benefit with this new protocol for now. According to the IATF resolution, green countries or jurisdictions are those classified by the Department of Health as low-risk countries or jurisdictions based on disease incidence rate. In simple terms, based on the number of new cases. So there are two things I can see here. No, there are countries with very high vaccination rate, but also very high COVID numbers. Like, US, UK. There are also countries with very low COVID numbers, but also very low COVID vaccination rate, like Australia, New Zealand. Now, clearly, in this IATF resolution, it states that green list countries are low-risk countries. Countries that have low cumulative new cases over the past 28 days per 100,000 population. So you need to ask yourself, if there is a high number of COVID cases in the country where you are coming from, then your country may not be included in that green list country. So you will still have to quarantine for 10 days in the hotel, 4 days at home. Also, the IATF resolution never mentioned about those who recently recovered from COVID-19. I know some countries also recognize those who recently recovered because they have high antibodies. What is the list? Where is the list on this green list? There is no announcement yet. The announcement should be given by the Department of Health. We don't know yet what countries are green list. There is no official announcement yet. But if you based it on the CDC's travel advisory on COVID risk countries, they have levels now. There's level 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, level 1 is the low risk countries. The Philippines, according to the US, is a level 3 country because our COVID cases is really high. But you can have an idea on what countries will be included in the green list based on the CDC's level 1 COVID low risk countries, according to the CDC's, include Australia, Brunei, Greenland, Hong Kong, Iceland, Israel, Malta, New Zealand, Singapore, South Korea, Taiwan, Vietnam. Sayang, maka-avail pala sana ako nito guys. Fully vaccinated from Australia. Char. So yan guys, I know a lot of you are not coming from these countries. But don't worry, again, this is only just the first phase of the green lanes. But I don't understand though, because if they were careful about the travel history of the fully vaccinated traveler, then why are those who are vaccinated in the Philippines are exempted? So they can avail 7 days quarantine only even if they come from a high-risk country. Diba? Kasi those vaccinated abroad in the Philippines receive the same kind of vaccines. So bakit may exemption pa rin yung mga vaccinated in the Philippines? It's still not fair, no? And there is also a question because the announcement said all travelers, our foreign tourists, mostly are foreign fiancés, foreign boyfriends, girlfriends of Filipinos. They have been waiting to enter the Philippines. They were asking, are we included in this new policy? Are we now allowed and be able to avail of that 7 days quarantine in the hotel? I don't know, guys. Are there any changes on the travel restrictions, on the entry restrictions? It wasn't mentioned. I have a feeling. My opinion, I think it only applies to those who are currently allowed to enter. I think the changes only applies to the arrival protocol, but the travel restrictions, the inbound rules is still the same. Those who may be able to avail this new protocol may not be able to avail it because there was very little time for them to prepare. They announced this just 2 days before its effectivity. It's not enough time for some people. So for now, guys, we'll have to wait what countries will be under green list. But I'm like 100% sure with countries like New Zealand, Singapore, Australia. These countries have very low COVID numbers. Yeah. I know you guys are all asking because a lot of you are from the US. Is US included? I don't know, guys. We'll have to wait till the DOH announce its official list. So that is all for the focus of this video, guys. We'll talk about tomorrow about Cebu. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Ay nako, another 4 days in quarantine, guys. I can't go. Sabi pa ng LGU ko, you're red tag. Red tag daw ako, guys. Bawal daw akong pumasok sa mall. They can trace me daw. Char. So, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you again with another travel update. And tell me, how do you feel about this first phase of the Green Lanes program? See you in a bit. Bye!